you beautiful people, thank you for taking the time to click on this video. We are going to go through how my boy QS goes through the top 5 lightweights and also UFC Vegas reaction. An amazing card, another card of the year. We are on generational run of just MMA at the minute. Last week in UFC Belgrade was unbelievable, and now we are going into UFC Vegas was class. UFC 330 coming up. Ian Gary masterclass. No, I'm joking. It's Islam Makhachev masterclass. Let's get back to it. So QS with an amazing performance against Gamrot, completely slimed out Gamrot on the feet, knocked him down, hurt him, and has shown a very good bit of fight IQ. Takes the fight down, submits him, dominates Gamrot where Gamrot is strong. Just like QS done something Charles Oliveira couldn't do. QS hurt Gamrot on the feet, takes him down, subs him. Yes, Charles' performance was brilliant, but he didn't hurt him on the feet. Now, I thought that was brilliant from QS, and I was so impressed by the performance just to see how he took Gamrot down. He showed a good level of fight IQ and choked him out. It completely shocked me. And going into the fight, I thought it was going to be a really tough fight, a really competitive fight, and maybe Gamrot would edge it by decision, but beautiful from QS. He's a long, rangy striker. It's fucking good to see. Co-main event, you had Ferreira versus Billy. Just two old dudes just swinging for it. It was just a decent fight. Like, I didn't really have any really big thoughts on it. Darren Elkins getting absolutely slimed out. I hate the way the UFC just absolutely feed the old generation and make new stars. But it was sad to see in this retirement fight. But here it is what it is. He's damaged Darren Elkins for a reason. You had Lemos versus Tainara. Tainara gets the absolute decision win. I thought it was a decent fight, decent showing from both. Both of them were absolutely swinging. Both of them were swinging with power. Jesus, that was just a good fight. And also Tainara's grappling looks pretty good. I'm interested to see how she can progress and just get on. Ty Miller versus Goff was an absolute masterclass by Ty Miller, and just ripping those body combos, walking forward, pressure, punches and bunches, throwing in combos, going up to the body, going to the head. Just beautiful. What a performance. As if this welterweight division needed another entertaining striker. Like, come on, man. Aspen versus Pat. I don't know how post-ban Pat got away with all those fence grabs, but it is what it is. Aspen gets the dub. Aspen gets the decision. Just a good fight. And I actually thought in the early fight, in the early part of the fight, Pat looked really quick, looked really technical, but it just looked like a light heavyweight in there versus a heavyweight, and he just looked so much quicker. But Aspen's volume just eventually got it done. We had light heavyweight Shavkat Rakhmonov in the prelims getting a good win. Miles Johns with an absolutely insane knockout coming in, taking that fight in 1 or 2 days notice. Vasquez hurts Johns, then an absolute Uno reverse, and Miles Johns just cracks him. That was fuck. I was near enough just mind blown from that. And then in the very first fight of the night, we had one of the best early prelim fights I'd ever seen in my life. It was Canuto versus Foro. Canuto versus Foro. That was an incredible fight. I do not know that armbar in the third round was crazy. I was oh my god, that exactly right now, speechless. I was absolutely speechless. It set the tone for the card. The card was just full of first round finishes. But now let's just get into how QS does against the top 5. QS would absolutely slime Paddy Pimblett out. His striking is levels above. I think he has the defensive grappling there. If it does get to the ground, I do believe he would be able to keep himself safe, but Paddy's grappling is his biggest threat and probably his biggest asset in that fight. QS slimes him out on the feet. I am convinced of it. He takes so much damage. QS probably would eventually just win the fight on a decision because Paddy is so tough. Max Holloway is such a tough fight. QS would absolutely need to use his grappling in that fight, and I just do see right now Max Holloway would get it done. I think Quillan needs time to develop, needs time to just get better on the feet, but Max Holloway would get it done just by pressure and just by Max Holloway being Max Holloway. Charles Oliveira is a tough fight for Quillan. I think Charles Oliveira beats Quillan right now. His grappling is too strong. He's got good power on the feet. He's got good boxing. Just Charles is Charles, and I just think that right at this minute in time, he's a step ahead of Quillan. However, in the future, it could be, because they're obviously at 2 different points of their career, so it'll be a very interesting fight to see. Arman Tsarukyan is a tough fight for Quillan. Arman is such a technically good fighter and such a well-rounded fighter. He's got the grappling to nullify Quillan. He's got the striking to compete with Quillan. I think Arman's grappling is too strong, and I actually think he would just grind out a decision, maybe get a submission late on in maybe the 4th or 5th round, because that fight would probably be a main event, and I think Arman would get the sub. I just think Arman's grappling is unbelievable. I'm very excited to see how that Mauricio Rufy fight goes. I think Arman will just dominate Rufy, but right now I think Arman is too tough for Quillan. Ilya Topuria is a tough fight. I think he's got a good defensive grappling to keep Quillan on the feet, and Ilya's boxing would just be too clean, too crisp, too powerful, too on the front foot. And I just think Ilya is just Ilya. I think he comes back and Ilya will win that belt. But I think Quillan has a good chance against Justin Gaethje. Now, everybody says this against Justin Gaethje, but we're all saying this against Ilia Topuria. Ilia Topuria was perfect for Gaethje, and then Gaethje just absolutely murked Ilia, which broke my fucking heart. But I think Quillan on paper is good against Gaethje, but whenever you get in there against Gaethje, it's a different ball game. The man, like, my God, Justin Gaethje's damage, Justin Gaethje's pressure, Justin Gaethje just being Justin fucking Gaethje, I think Justin would win. But like I say, on paper, Quillan is good against Gaethje just because of he's long, he's rangy. Right now, Justin would just be too experienced for Quillan, although while Quillan has a good style on paper, I think whenever you get in there against Justin Gaethje, it's a different ball game. We have seen that so many times. And plus, I think Justin Gaethje, come to the end of his career, I don't even think he would take the fight. Justin Gaethje's only going to come back for big fights. I don't even think Justin will come back for the winner of Arman versus Rufi. I think Justin wants to come back for a big fight, and I personally think he would have loved for it to be Arman versus Charles, then Charles win, then he would have done Gaethje, Charles, big fight, a winnable fight. I think Arman is a tough matchup for Justin. I think Rufi is a tough matchup for Justin, but these are all tough matchups for him on paper, but then as soon as you get in there, it's a different ball game. But anyway, that was my thoughts on UFC Vegas, and that's all my thoughts on Quillan versus the top 5. I want to see my boy knock out BSD next. He completely would destroy BSD, build his confidence up, build his highlight reel and develop his skills. Then we'll see how he gets against Paddy Pimblett. Sparks from out, easy.